We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Dan coming to you live from the studio apartment located in the heart of the Hooksaboo. This is Dan and Minnie's Journey. This is Dan getting a sip of his cup of coffee. I think I need to fire my engineer. I need to hire a new engineer. What do you guys think? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for your time. Oh, my goodness gracious. I was hanging out with Dez for a little while over there in Dez's channel. Dez is doing a live. That's probably where everybody is right now. All right. Let me bring up the chat. Oh, today's live stream is sponsored by Joe's House Manook. Manook. By the way, today we're going to be talking about Filipino family values, but I realize how much trouble I can get in here talking about Filipino family values when I'm not Filipino. So I'm taking that under consideration. I'll be very, very careful with choosing my words and explaining to you my opinion. And always remember that whatever Dan has to say is for entertainment purposes only. Do not try this at home. Do not take any of Dan's advice and put it in play. Yeah, speaking of putting things in play, we're going to be stuffing the pig today. We have the surrogate Cebu pig right here. There's money in there, right? I have money ready to go to put in the pig so we can stuff the pig. And also we're going to be drawing for a 200 peso winner. I've got the 200 right here in my hand ready to go. So if you're interested in getting a $200 bonus for watching Dan's live stream, then you have to stay tuned. You never know when we're going to draw. Someone criticized me recently, sent me an email because they don't like the fact that I play with pew-pews online. You know, when I'm joking around with them, they're saying that I'm promoting violence on YouTube. How am I doing that? Somebody tell me. How does this promote violence? I just don't know. Let's see who else here today. Larice is here. Larice ran into Larice this morning early over at Dez's channel. Larice has coffee, but no Krispy Kreme donuts this morning. Poor Larice. You gotta get Krispy Kreme, right, Larice? No. I don't want to lose my Dunkin' Donuts contract. That's the last thing that I want. So Dunkin's my brand, and so we don't eat Krispy Kreme. That's Larice's brand. Let me see if I can get Man Minnie. Man Minnie, are you here? Can you fire up the coffee pot? I'm a little bit low. I'm low. Let's see. If I win, give it to Des for JJ. Yeah, sure I will. Absolutely. Ryder Adventures here. Mike Married is here. Charmaine is here. Anna Mae Reyes always here. Tim Diziak from Pampanga, Angela City is here, but not the Walking Street. Moelma is here. Hang 10, Moelma. Sending love your way. And lots of other people checking in. If I could just move my Gucci here. Yes, I have a Gucci. Charmaine. Hey, so what I want to talk about today before we get started is, okay, so the video that's going to be, I'm editing right now as we're talking, I'm editing video. And the video that I'm working on right now, Man, Minnie, and I, so I don't want to give the whole video away, but I probably will by talking about it. So what happened was we wanted to go down to SMC side, and that's quite a ride. Nicole is here. Larry Lee is in the house. What would a live stream be without Nicole and Larry Lee? So here's the thing. Part of the adventure of living here is you're trying to get from point A to point B. It's now become a contest as inexpensively as possible. No, it's not living like a Filipino type of thing, right? I just want to see if I can do it because I have no fear. I have no fear. I enjoy challenging myself. On the other hand, man, Minnie, she's like, let's take. She likes like luxurious living. She's like, let's just take a cab, right? Or let's hitchhike. But no, I'm not that way. I like it. I like figuring out how to get from point A to point B as inexpensively as possible, and we do that. We accomplish that in this video that we're going to be posting. I don't want to give the whole thing away. I don't want you guys not to watch it because I'm telling you what it's all about now. But yesterday's goal was to get from Lahug Cebu all the way down to SM Seaside because we hadn't been down there to SM Seaside in quite a while. So that's where all the power elite, the movers and the shakers of Cebu hang out, right? So anyway, Ma'am Minnie and I, we set out. She was a little bit nervous. I don't know if this is going to work. I said, yeah, I read somewhere, and I probably have mentioned it here already, that you can go from here to Fuente Circle, where oftentimes Chris and Cebu used to hang out. And that's pretty easy to get to because you just go out front here from where we live, from the apartments, and you jump on a Jeep, and that takes you and drops you off right there at the circle. And so how easier can it be? I had learned by watching YouTube videos that there is, yes, YouTube. If I need to do something, plumbing, electrical, how to get to SM Seaside from here, I go to YouTube and I start looking around. There's got to be a video that shows you how to do it. Mike K. Joe, Buena Vista Dreaming from Vallejo, is in the house. How's everything in Vallejo, by the way? I haven't talked to you in a while, Mike. Is everything going okay? How's Cora? How's Cora and the kid? So anyway, getting back to it, here's what we got. Tell Ma'am Minnie there's supposed to be a courtesy bus that's parked over there somewhere. Let's get over there and we could just start asking around, where's the bus that takes us over to SM Seaside? Now, when you take a cab from here to SM Seaside in this Trafix, that's Trafix with an F, Trafix with an X, I meant. Tobias, when you go from Lahug, IT Park is easier if you're going to be hanging around IT Park because you got the bus terminal there. I'm going to explain how that'll come into play later on today. All right, so but this is let's see. Man, it's turning into a long story as it oftentimes does when Dan's trying to explain something. Aileen Cruz official is here. Aileen Cruz, how are you doing today? So anyway, Ann is here. Thank you so much for coming. I really value your time. Yeah. Anyway, so we get over there safely. We get over to the circle safely. We know how to get there. And how many pesos was that, Ma'am Minnie, to get over to the circle?
Just 28.
28 pesos. 28 pesos to get from here to the circle, and then we're in search of the bus. So I figure this is stuff that people want to learn how to do, right? I mean, if you're in Cebu, you have to learn how it works.
Oh,
So
28, just 24 because
20.
It's
She says, "Oh, only 24." Did I get a senior discount? No. They don't care. They say
it's 12.
Yeah, okay. So 24 pesos to get over there. So, which is a deal, right? That's a deal. 24 pesos. If we were to take a cab to get over to SM Seaside and then get back, that's a $10 bill. That's 500 pesos. Because the traffic is horrible and you'll get stuck in it and you're going to pay time. Time is valuable. You have to pay the cab driver for their time being stuck in traffic. Of course, you also run the risk. It happens less in Cebu than any other place I've ever been in the Philippines, but you do risk, what bridge the driver's going to take you over to get over the water and things like that. And so you kind of have to have your GPS on to help guide the driver. The driver has their set way of going over there to SM Seaside, but you want to make sure that it's the cheapest route possible, right? And that's why the GPS comes in handy because they're going to send you over the most direct route. So anyway, I haven't had many problems with the cab drivers at all. They're some of the nicest people. Some of the nicest cab drivers in the world are here in Cebu. And so that isn't one of my issues. So let's see. Mike is saying something. What, Mike? I have a question for Filipinos. Are Filipinos treated differently if darker skinned because of age, education, and height? Hey, you know what? If they are, I haven't noticed it, but you're going to have to share that with us Filipinos to see if they are, I certainly haven't noticed it. Anyway, I'm sure there's discrimination of some kind all over the place. Everybody wants to be white, quite frankly. I'm not in agreement with the whole white thing, the white soap thing. That's a whole other issue. We could talk about that, but Letty Me is here. Hi, Letty Me. Folks, Letty Me is reminding me that I have been falling behind in the chat. She's not reminding me by telling me, she's reminding me by showing up, and then I go back and I'm 6 or 7 days behind in answering your responses to the videos. I do apologize. I think I got caught up on a few of Letty Me's yesterday and some of the others here. You guys will always get first priority, for the responses. I think some of you have already noticed that. Anyway, back to the story. So we're talking $10 American, which can buy a lot of kilos of rice as long as I'm willing to share the money saved on the taxi. So the motivation is to get over there to SMC site as inexpensively as possible. And we were successful. So we get over there and we're looking around for the bus. The first one we see parked right in front of Robinson's is they have a courtesy bus sending folks over to Robinson's Galleria. So they have a shuttle. Robinson's Galleria is not that far from Fuente Circle. And so right there in front of Robinson's Fuente is the bus, the courtesy bus over there. Of course, that's their company. So they wanted to shuttle people over to Galleria. So that's the other thing I learned. We've been walking to Galleria, as most of you know. We did a video on it. And so now we know all we have to do is take one Jeep right over to Fuente Circle, jump on the courtesy bus, and bam, like magic, we are at Robinson's Galleria for 24 pesos. That's how you do it, folks. Hell, I should start doing a travel vlog. Well, anyway, it's just more LV, 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 LV. We're not going to be talking about bananas today in this live stream. We're not going to be talking about how big your banana is. Yeah, and and how you don't care for day olds and stuff like that. All right. You want them fresh, straight out of the package. Yeah. I'm just teasing you, LV. All right. So I couldn't, we walked around Robinson's and I couldn't see where the bus was. So we went over. I said, that security officer over there, he's got a nice smile, handsome, nice disposition. I send Minnie over there. Minnie, do your Filipino thing. Go over there and charm him and see if he'll show you where the bus picks up. And so then she goes over there and asks, and he shows us exactly where the bus is. We have to walk another block or so. No big deal. I need the exercise, So anyway, we have to go over the bridge. You're going to see it in the video. This is very exciting, It's very exciting. The whole video is very, very exciting, not too boring at all. We get over to the other side of the bridge, that goes over that if you're trying to cross over on Fuente Circle, you're taking your life in your own hands. You may not see tomorrow if you try and cross. You got to take advantage of the bridges, of the pedestrian bridges that go over those busy highways. There's no other way to do it, right? So anyway, we get over there, and sure enough, there it is. And we board that bus, and now we got a free ride, a courtesy ride over to SMC side. Of course, setting aside the fact that they're snatching up Robinson's Mall's customers and then taking them over to taking them over there to SMC side, where all things are possible. We make it over there, not for $10 American, right? Not for 500 pesos. So now I could buy a few of you a few kilos of rice. I could give away 200 pesos today, in the chat. A bribe for showing up and watching my live stream for sure. If you characterize it any other way, then that would be wrong. It's a bribe for watching. I try to be upfront and transparent. I'm just trying to get views. Crystals, I'm trying to get views. Michelle Ann, I'm trying to do whatever I can, right, or venture to get the views, right? I'm interested in getting the view count up. I'm willing to throw money at it if I can. So anyway, we make it over there just fine, right? We make it over there. It takes us maybe 20 minutes. The bus driver makes 3 stops. But on the way over there, guess who we meet on the bus? Guess who we meet on the courtesy bus? Not anybody you know, but a retired federal worker from the Valencia area of Los Angeles, right there by Magic Mountain, right there where the fake Disneyland is, the Magic Mountain. Lou is in the house. Lou, where are you hanging out? What did you do with Larice, Lou? What did you do with Larice? Big sloppy wet kiss for you, Lou. All right, so we make it over there. We go. We had a great conversation with the retired federal worker who did not want. I think she said she worked previously for TSA or Homeland Security, and she's retired. And she's getting ready to sell all her property in Valencia, around, and she's moving back to the Philippines. She's been in Cebu for about 6 months. I think we're going to end up being great friends. She's a delightful, delightful person to be hanging around with. We had such a great conversation on that 20-minute bus ride. And then she's telling us, okay, now you need to do this. You get there by bus. You get this by bus. She's telling us how to do it. And so there's going to be exciting things happening in this channel in the next 2 weeks before we head back over to Bye Bye. We've got to take some clothes back to Bye Bye because we're most likely going to vacate this apartment. And then we're going to be in the United States for just a couple of weeks, just to get in, do some business, and get out. And then we're gonna be back we'll come back, I think, November 1st, and then we'll be heading back. Well, we might stay in Cebu for a few days, maybe even at the Lex Hotel. We'll stay for a couple of days to relax, because of the long flight and stuff, and then we'll head over to Bye Bye and start thinking about if we're going to go ahead and rent another apartment in Cebu. I'm like leaning 60-40 that we most likely will. We both have been talking every day about the possibility. We love it so much here. Jaylyn is here. Jaylyn, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for your time. Thank you, everybody who's inside here who have graciously honored me with your presence. I truly appreciate it. So then, by the way, on the way back, we also run into the same woman. So we're on the same shuttle coming back. This was such a hassle-free deal that we could go every day to Seaside. I know we won't. I mean, it sounds a little bit bougie, We're not going to be spending all our day down there. But we get over there, and how many guesses do you need as to who we see standing there? What couple we see standing there at the information desk? Now, I'm not starstruck. I did not go up and say, hey, can I have a selfie with you? Can Mammy and I take a selfie with you? But what famous YouTubers that just moved to Cebu, who were due to arrive on Friday, are standing there at the information desk? One of you probably knows. Larry Lee probably knows who it was. Young couple, recently married, right? Condolences, Crystals. Was that your auntie that passed away recently? Yeah, sorry to hear about that. Yeah. So here we are. So now, man, Minnie, she gets a little starstruck. Minnie-O is in the house. Minnie-O, thanks for showing up. We appreciate it. Edward D. Beck is here. The Mac Daddy's in the house. So we get over there, and guess who's there? It's Mike and Janet. Mike and Janet. Yeah, right. So there they are, right? They show up. Listen, Cebu is a very, very small place. It's a, what's the population of Cebu? What is it? 500,000 people? I don't even know. But I'm talking about in geography, right? It's very compact. That's why the cities are built up. And by the way, in this video, I went to the outside terraces over at SMC side, and I did get some video of the what's the New Star Hotel? What's it called? The New something hotel? Tim, Mike, what's it called? What's the name of the new hotel resort complex that's over there? Beautiful from the air, because we were way up in the Sky Park or whatever they call it over there at SMC side, enjoying the weather. The weather has been so fantastic the last few days. We are very, very undeserving of it. But anyway, so it was Mike and Janet. So then I'm walking, with Man Minnie. We're getting ready to go explore SMC side, and then I decide, you know what? Maybe I will go over and introduce myself to Mike and Janet. Right? She is so tiny. She's amazingly tiny. Him, not so much. He, Roy, we're built about the same. So anyway, I turn around and I'm going to go decide, I feel like such a fool. I really don't want to chase him down. Like I said, people feel uncomfortable. I know how I felt when I get stared down in the mall. Saying that guy with the hat, he's somebody. I've seen him before somewhere. You get that look, that starstruck look. Well, anyway, I decide I'm going to go chase him down. But no sooner I decide that, I turn around to go chase after him. Yeah, and you don't know who they are? Well, his channel is relatively new, maybe a year, and they're starting to gain momentum. They started in Dumaguete, and now they've rented an apartment or a condo here in Cebu, or they bought one. I'm not sure what the whole story is. Is it called Mike's Retirement Journey? What's the name of the stream? What's the name of the channel? Somebody know? I don't know. I don't have to think about these things because I have them all. They send me notifications. Press that notification bell. Right. Anyway, I think they got 4K views on their last vlog. Silas is here, but they weren't vlogging. They were just hanging around. I turn around and they are heading for the door. Hey, congratulations, Mel. Did I see that you finally birthed that baby? What do you have, a boy or a girl? I don't even know the whole story. I just saw a blurb on Facebook. Everybody congratulating you. Congratulations, by the way. Mike's Retirement Journey. What a name. A fantastic name. Well, shouldn't he be changing it to Mike and Janet's Retirement Journey? Well, you know the whole deal. The whole deal about them is he did a vlog where he said he doesn't want to go back to the United States. Not that he doesn't want to go back in order for Janet to get citizenship or to gain status, whatever kind of way. But he did a vlog. I recommend that you go in there and watch that, where he just said, hey, I'm pushing 70. Why would I go back there? It takes 5 years. I'm not sure he's right. Yeah, I think he is right. I think it takes 3 years before you can take your citizenship exam, and you have to have so many years of residency. I can't remember. It's been so long that we've had to deal with this. Ma'am Minnie, a naturalized citizen, U.S. citizen now. Daisy is in the house. Daisy Lynn Castro. Hey, Daisy, then where have you been? Your husband was pulled. Trickster Castro's name was pulled yesterday. I thought for sure he was going to come into the chat and claim his prize. There's always next time. Anyway, we'll be talking to you soon on the PM, Daisyland. Melanie said, "Oh, it's a girl, Sir Dan. Congratulations. You have a new baby girl." Oh, you went down to the birthing clinic where Gel works, where brother-in-law Gel works. I didn't know that. For crying out loud. Why did he help you born your baby? I'm gonna send a message to Gel right now. Did he help you? Was he the midwife that helped deliver your baby? That's so exciting. I think 2 years residency to get the green card and 5 year for citizenship. Yeah, I think it is that. Mike, hey Joe, I think you're right about that. And so he says, man, I'll be 75. You know what he's implying, 75 is closer to the end game. I think about it, I think about the end game. People, they live their lives sometimes as though they don't think that the end is coming. They try and act, some people try and act as though, not everybody, I'm just saying, not even most probably, that the end game is not upon them, and I'm not one of those, or maybe I am, since I talk about it all the time. Yep. Oh, look at this. Yep, the other midwife, Sir Dan, boards duty earlier, but my baby already born. So Melanie had her baby at the birthing clinic.
Is that Jill?
Yeah, he wasn't there though. He had worked the early shift.
Jill is duty in there?
He wasn't on duty. He was earlier. It was the other midwife that birthed her baby. Congratulations, Mel. So anyway, Menge is here. Who else is here in the house here? So anyway, that's a beautiful story, Mel. I didn't know you were going over to the clinic. I would have, I would have had Jill watch out for you, make sure you got first class service. I'm sure you did over there. Okay. Let me see. What are we talking about next? Anyway, I turned around to go chase him down. I felt like a fool. I'm going to go chase down. And the first thing I was going to say was, hi, Mike. And then I was going to go, and Janet. Never mind. I'm talking about their original intro to their channel was Mike. And Mike, we call him One Take Mike in the business, right? In the business, he's known as One Take Mike, because if you can't do it in one take, forget about it, right? Forget about it. I'm not sitting here all day trying to do retakes. And so that intro cracks me up. Anyway, I need to... There's certain things that just catch my attention. They just bust me up laughing. Hello, Janet over here. That's where that's why we end up changing our name from Dan's retirement journey over to Dan and Minnie's journey, right? By the way, today's live chat is sponsored by Joe's House of Manuk. Oh, I need to get another cup of coffee. Oh my gosh, I'm having too much fun here. Dan, you buying steak dinner when I land? I thought you were the one. That steak place is like $50 a head. They're supposed to have the best porterhouse steak anywhere in the whole world. Tobias, I thought you were buying. That's $50 a head. That's $200 to go walk it in there. They don't call me low budget Dan for nothing. Anyway, I think Tobias is just teasing me. He knows I can't go in there. But today's video, though, let me talk about that. Anyway, I wasn't able to catch up with Mike because they were walking. It's not that they were walking fast, but by the time I turned around, they were going from the information desk to the door, the main door. Minnie says they didn't exit. She was watching. She said they didn't exit. they sat down somewhere. But hey, I'm uninspired. I figure we're gonna run into each other sooner or later in town somewhere at some mall. All right. So then it dawned on me. It dawned on me yesterday after we got back that I've been wanting to do a video at Vikings Buffet, but Vikings Buffet, the world famous Vikings Buffet, yeah. But I'm low budget Dan, so I'm not springing for dinner, but I might be talked into lunch. Lunch on a Monday would be good because nobody goes in there on Monday, right? Because they're all worried. Everybody, they said, oh, they're going to be serving Sunday leftovers on Monday, and so why pay 1,000 pesos a head to go in there and get Sunday night leftovers? But that's the perfect time for me, because the whole object is not really to eat, all this food. The object is to do a video. The main thing is to do a video where you say, "Man, Minnie, and I were in Vikings," right? But now, so today's mission, which I haven't figured out yet, by the way, I'm being straight up transparent and honest, and that is that even though I am a morally corrupt person, we're going to go over to we're going to go over to SM Cebu. I realize that Man Meaning and I have not been there yet, right? We haven't been there. We haven't been to SM Cebu, and I've been there lots of times, right? But Man Meaning and I have not been there together. And we certainly haven't been there in the last 6 months that we've been living here, going back and forth here in Cebu. What's Edward D. Becca saying? Does Vikings have barbecued iguana on a stick? Well, if it could fit on a skewer, it's there. I could tell you that. You can't eat endangered species there, though, Edward D. Beck. They don't allow that. Dan, Anna keeps using a picture of me wearing a red hat. Really? Like your Santa Claus. So, as many people know, this is the start of the Christmas celebration. And so when you go in the mall, that was one thing that I noticed, is that the Christmas decorations are being deployed. They're dusting them off. They're spraying air on them to get all the dust off. They're pulling the Christmas tree, the plastic Christmas tree, down from the attic, and they're setting everything up. And so they weren't playing, as far as I could recall, they weren't playing Christmas music, but they were. There were some stores that were already putting up and had already deployed their decorations. Let's see. So they still serve jungle rat on a stick. Yeah, some parts of the jungle rat are edible, Edward. Yeah, Edward D. Beck. Mac Daddy, some parts of the rat are edible. I like the intestines the best. And Tim is saying, Dan, I think Vikings is closed on Monday, but check their website. It may be closed. It may be closed, but still, we're going to take a test run down there. Yeah, that would make sense. Actually, that would make sense, Tim. Tim says it might be closed. But tell you what, even if it is, we're still going to make a run down there as practice. We're going to make a video out of running down there to see if it's as easy to get down to SM Cebu as it is to SM Seaside. So maybe we go to SM Seaside and then they give us a ride over to SM Cebu. I'm not really sure how that works, but I'll figure it out. But the plan for right now is to head over to the bus depot over at IT Park and then look for a bus that heads over to SM Seaside and then pay the 40 pesos a head or whatever it is that they want. That's the plan for now. We'll see if it works out. Do people eat rabbit there in the Philippines? I haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it. But I do have a rabbit story, and that was that we were in Sacramento at a park, McKinley Park. And there was a Romanian family there having a barbecue. They were setting up a barbecue. And guess what? Guess what happened, right? Somebody called the police because they were butchering the rabbit right there in front of God and everybody for kids to see. And and so when you see Bugs Bunny's head chopped off, that's not a pretty picture. And you know, Romanian folks and folks from anywhere in Europe, they eat, they eat rabbit. Rabbit's the other white meat, right? Please don't eat Fluffy. There was one kid crying, please don't kill Fluffy. But Fluffy met his demise, and then the cops came. And there is a city ordinance that said you can't butcher in public. And they were reminding them, saying that was in bad form. Butcher your rabbits at home and then bring them to barbecue. I haven't seen rabbit here. I have not. Crystal would know, though. Crystals would know whether they butcher Bugs Bunny. By the way, thanks so much for all of you that went into our channel and you took advantage of the Flintstones short video. I thought that whole thing was hilarious. Let me tell you the story about that. So we're going into cyber, whatever it is in there, right? And that whole area where they have all the games. They don't have, one big time zone. They have a whole bunch of little slot machine places, right, where you can go in and play games, teach kids how to gamble and stuff like that. So we were in those, but let's see. Wifey doesn't seem to think it's a good idea. We had a loose rabbit on our back, and wife says it's a rat with long ears. Oh, okay, that's Cora's take on it. Okay. Hey Mike. Hey, Mike. Hey Joe. They probably eat anything that doesn't eat them first. That's Tim. Listen, it all tastes the same. It's you could adobo rabbit and put with a little bit of rice and you're good to go, right, Anime? I mean, you make rabbit adobo. No, if you eat it, it tastes like chicken, right? Listen, we're going to be given 200 pesos away today, and then we're also going to be stuffing the pig. We're stuffing the pig, and right here, oink oink. At least the Romanians didn't butcher a pig in front of God, everybody. That would have been a horrible noise, right? Of course, the rabbit was screaming bloody murder. Listen, I do apologize for being so graphic on this stream. I should not do that. I need to behave myself. Rabbit in a saucer, Dan Anime says. Rabbit is not on the menu. Okay. Dan, Ned from Philippine Dream did a couple of videos of a place that raises rabbits and serves them as lunch. Yummy, yummy. That would make a great video. I could see a lot of Filipinos being very happy about that one. Rabbit adobo. Yummy, yummy. Bugs adobo. So anyway, we go into one of these places, like the time zone. There were many of them. Near the skating rink there at cyberspace, whatever they call that. Where all the electronic gadgets are and stuff like that. And so Minnie gets on Fred, right? She buys a card, because we're going to start up the card. And I said, hey, this would make a great short video. We might get a few hundred views. We ended up getting like 1K or something like that, which I was really surprised. And then, of course, the other one, the Pac-Man water vending machine, fell flat. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. Just maybe I wasn't creative enough on that one. It's very boring, I guess, listening to. I'm kind of like trying to get into this nostalgic thing, So you have the Pac-Man video sound. And then you have, anyway, it didn't go over so well. I think we got 170 maybe views on that one. 1,000, 1K view. Minnie, I think, was surprised on the Flintstones. I said, see, the Flintstones thing with the music, I thought it was a great idea. So I did not hit a home run. It didn't get 3K views, right? But it did okay. Life in North Carolina is here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks so much for joining us. Anyway, so we got kicked off the ride, right? So, okay, now let me tell you the story. I'm laughing already. Just thinking about it cracks me up. Michelle, Life in North Carolina, tell me if you think this is funny. So prior to Minnie getting on that ride, right? Prior to her getting on it, there was a fat kid on it. Now, I got nothing against fat kids. I'm one myself. She weighed maybe, I don't know. You'll have to do the conversions into kilos, but she was about 140 pounds American. And she looked about 8 years or 9 years old. This is a part of my talk about how fast food is killing our kids, right? And now we're killing them in the Philippines. So anyway, there was a fat kid on there, a young lady who's about 140 American pounds, and she was having a good old time with Fred. That's how this Fred Flintstone thing caught my attention. So now, Mam Minnie. Now I'm not gonna lie. Mam Minnie wouldn't lie about it. She's gained a few pounds. She probably weighs a whopping 105 pounds right now. She's probably carried. Huh? she's getting mad at me.
Before I'm 95 years.
Yeah, before she was 95 or 96, and now we're living the good life. She's gained a few pounds because we're eating caviar and rich foods every night. No, we're not. I'm just teasing. I shouldn't be talking like that. I do apologize. Well, anyway, she's soaking wet. She can't weigh more than 105. She's yelling at me. No, I do not weigh 105. What are you talking about? I can't weigh more than 103. Okay, all right. I apologize. Let's get off of Minnie's way. But anyway, the guy comes. So she gets off, and then we're getting ready to fire this up. We got the little game card. I slide it by. A guy comes over and he says, "You can't ride that ride because you're not a kid. See the sign?" And so now I'm amused, right? So I start smiling at him. I said, "Do you see you saw the 8-year-old that was on there, right?" He goes, "Yes." I go, "How many kilos do you think she weighed?" Right? And I go, "I don't know how many kilos she weighed." See, man, Minnie over here, she doesn't even weigh, she weighs about 30% less than that kid that was on this ride. Yeah, but it's age restricted, he says. I started busting up laughing.
It's bigger kids in your day.
It's age restricted. So no. Adults are not allowed on the ride. It's for kids only.
Scared to break down the machine.
So you could weigh 300 pounds. You could weigh 300 pounds American, right? But if you're not yet 18, if you're 17, you can ride that ride, right? Oh, there's a Canadian on Negros Oriental who has Rabbit Town. It's between Dumaguete and Bias in the mountains. They sell rabbit meat and rabbit adobo. There you go. Oh, man. All right. So that's the story. I mean, there's certain things that happen in the Philippines that just plain don't make any sense to me. But I know better than to argue with the guy. And so I say to him, "Can you show us the games that she can play?" And then he takes us around. He says, "Oh, sure, I'm happy to do it." He got a big smile on his face, and then he started taking us around. Saying she could ride that one, she could do this, she could do that, she could do that. And the entire time, I'm just busting up laughing, thinking to myself, "I love the Philippines. I love the Philippines. I never want to leave." Mike, married to a beautiful woman. That is where Ned took the videos. There's a Canadian. Okay, I see. All right, Mike, married. 30% less is too much math. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Well, you do have to be a college graduate in order to work there at Time Zone. Oh, it wasn't Time Zone. I can't remember the name of the place. All right, so let's get on with the family values. So this is all tied in, folks. Folks, I'm going to look up. There was a news story that talked about how the Filipino peso is gonna perform. This is put out by the central bank. Their projections through the end of the year. I'm not really going to bore you with talking about that, Anime. But what I'll do is I'm going to look up today's dollar peso rate to see what it's doing because I haven't checked it. Dollar to Filipino peso rate. Okay, so it's not bad. It's at 56.54. But it's been on a roller coaster ride. And so the Philippine Central Bank, in order to sum it up, is saying weak peso rate through the end of the year. So how will that affect Christmas, the Christmas shopping season? And this is interesting. Oh, Crystals is killing me. Friend not fried. Friend not fried. Friend not fried. That's brilliant. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. So anyway, here's what caught my attention, folks. MasterCard and Visa, if you don't know, right? I mean, if you have those silly things, if you have those cards, I have a little stack of them right here, right? I'm not a fan, but I have a whole bunch in case of emergencies. It's probably 100K. There's probably 100K in available credit right here, right? I'm not bragging. It's just fact. Who used to say that? I'm not bragging. It's just fact. You know. So I have a 900 credit score. You know, what are you going to do, right? They want to send you cards. So now, let's talk about these idiots, right? Visa and MasterCard. Am I going to get banned from YouTube if I call Visa and MasterCard powers that be idiots, financial gurus? These financial gurus over at Visa and MasterCard, in this down economy, this global economic tanking that we're going through right now, dealing with this inflation and all this other stuff, decided that they're going to raise merchant fees because people aren't spending enough money. And the reason why they're not spending enough money and they have a decline in revenue is because people have hit their credit card maxes. They hit the credit card maxes. They call up Visa and MasterCard and say, hey, can you raise my credit limit? And they say no. You know, we've given you all the money that you can have for right now. And so which means that since the United States and now the Philippines are entering into, the United States has always been a debt economy, debt-driven economy. We pay debt using other debt. As a matter of fact, if you want to get downright to it, every dollar that you earn is going to servicing debt. So you work 8 hours a day and you're making, it doesn't matter how much money you're making, you are paying off debt. You're servicing debt with that money. So that's a fact. If you think that that's yours, that you earn that to keep in your pocket, then you're mistaken. You know, it's going towards servicing debt because that's how the U.S. became so powerful. It's cranking out fiat money until the cows come home. So now they want to bring that to the Philippines. Why? Because you're in the demographic sweet spot, right? That demographic sweet spot means that you're ripe for the picking, and they're going to come pluck you. They're going to come pluck you. Yes, I meant to say that. They're not going to just pluck you, but they're going to pluck you from the rear. So I caution you, don't get wrapped up in that business. Do not. Cash is king. It always has been. It always will be. I practice what I preach. If I have to use a credit card, right? Yes, exactly, Mike. Kiss me first before you do that. Kiss me before you do that. So, get away from me. Get away from me, MasterCard Visa. Get away from me. So, here's what you do, right? You use cash, but if you have to use your credit card, right? Then you pay it off in 10 days. You pay it net 10 days. Larger middle class in Philippines means more customers. Yeah, and so Pacquiao Mertz is here. Hi Mertz. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. So the thing is, I'm warning you, don't get caught up in that drama. The commercials are starting to just like they're starting to bombard us everywhere we look. Buy this, buy that, buy it on time, home credit. No problem. Take it home today. Take it home today. You know, don't take anything home today for which you can't pay for with cash in your pocket. So here's what they do. They go and they raise merchant fees starting October 1st when the U.S. economy is tanking because, it's like throwing flying wings to a drowning man, for crying out loud. This is more of a sign that they're drowning, that people aren't spending money. The economy is tanking. They're losing revenue streams, and it's going to impact their investor relationships. It's going to have a severe impact on that. Don't do it, folks. If you're in the Philippines, I'm warning you. We've played through. Dan has zero debt. My life is amazing because of it. Ma'am Minnie has zero debt. Her life is amazing because of it. If we had to, and we do grow our own food and buy by City Leyte, because it would be against God's law if we didn't grow our own food. Do you understand this? It would be against the law of nature to have somebody else do it. I do actually have somebody else do it. What I'm saying is, for you to go to the grocery store and buy produce that you can grow for yourself in the Philippines, because you have some of the most fertile soil on the planet, is a sin. So there, I said it. My statement to Filipinos is wait, I missed it. I have to back up the chat. My statement to the Filipinos, please don't get credit cards. You will end up like most Americans, in debt forever. Mortgage, credit cards, car loans, college for the kids being financed, and your life will it'll tumble out of control. It will tumble out of control. Do not do it. We've played through this game, Manlin. We played through. We know how this whole thing works, right? Of course, people have said, Dan, they're going to kill you off. They're going to kill you off because you're a useless eater. And they're probably right. I probably it's not good for longevity. How can they make money off of me? I try and go out there and I try and spend as much cash as I can. I try and share it to the best of what I have to share with you. And so the motivation for that is so you can take that and go out and convert it into things that you can pay for in cash that you need. And in a lot of cases, that particular moment. For whoever wins today, right? This 200 pesos, there's a need for it. There's a need for it. If you tell me that there's not, then what am I doing here? I know that there is, this is my lot in life, He's good for vlogging. I'm good for some things. But I'm a useless consumer because I don't consume. Everything is in cash. I pay in cash. You know why? Because on the dollar bill it says "In God We Trust." We're backed by God. Remember that. The US dollar is backed by God. There's no more powerful of a person in the whole universe than God. So, anyway, they couldn't, by the way, and that's enough of that. So, MasterCard and Visa, evil geniuses that they are, yeah, they decide they're going to raise merchant rates. And the merchants are screaming, now you're taking more out of our profit. We're sucking wind trying to sell Christmas gifts. And then you come along and you take the money right out of our pockets. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what I noticed at SM Seaside. They are not prepared for Christmas. I'm going to tell you what I observed. Remember, this is about sharing observations. Do not practice or take Dan's word and put it in play. I'm warning you, you'll be sorry. You'll be wrong 99.9% of the time. Don't listen to anything or put into practice anything that Dan has to say, right? Let's get that out of the way. That's right. In God we trust, all others pay cash. And so when I went over to SMC side, and then I started realizing I'm seeing this all over, they are ill prepared for Christmas. So let me ask you a question. Why aren't they bringing in tons of useless, inexpensive 40 and 50 peso toys to satisfy the kiddos at Christmas time? Why don't they have a container of these ready to go, ready to go on sale at the Toys R Us, at the Mr. DIY? Why don't they have all the Christmas things ready to go? Because it is the Christmas season. It's the Christmas buying season. People in the Philippines are going to be out there spending money left and right. Guess what the answer is because you will not be doing that this year. That's what the answer is. The retailers know it. And so here's what they're doing. Here's what I observe most of them are doing. They're bringing all the stuff out that didn't sell throughout the year. They're bringing it from the warehouses, wherever it's stored. They're throwing all that junk on sale to try to entice you to buy. Right? All the fake Coach purses and Michael Kors and all that stuff. Gardening and Cooking is here. Gardening and Cooking, welcome, welcome, welcome. They're putting all the junk on the shelf that you wouldn't buy during the course of the year. All the stuff that got returned back to the warehouse. The manufacturers have told them, we don't want to give you credit for this. We don't want to give you any credit for this. And so you're going to be stuck with having to buy this crap, this fake Coach purse for your kid for Christmas. And go, but my kid doesn't want a fake Coach purse for Christmas. I do, but my kids don't want it. They want useless toys that'll break after 1 week. By the way, this has lasted me quite a while. This is 6 months old. This one even longer. I don't know if you can see this one or not. Yeah, I like playing with this one. That's why it's here on my desk. These toys I love. These you can go over to I'm a Mr. DIY fan, But DIY is all merchandise from China, and I don't hate the Chinese. They're the most enterprising people on the planet. Outfish Ontario is here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Ontario, Canada, or Ontario, California? No, just Ontario, California. Who lives there anymore? No, it could be. So anyway, I'm just telling you what I've observed. Now, it could change. It's only September, right? And so it's only the first week of September. So things could change. Dan, you're overreacting. Everything's going to work out. They're going to put stupid toys on the shelf for kids to buy. Don't worry about it. People will buy it. Mississippi, Ontario. So welcome, Gardening and Cooking. And that's what I observed. So take it for what it's worth. Take it for what it's worth. Don't get wrapped in. I'm not saying, there are other ways to celebrate Christmas other than going to the store and buying toys for your kids that will break the next day. I'm not sure what the answer is there. Let's do this before we get on to family value. I want to share a story with you that happened. It was very upsetting to me. Seeing the next story after we stuffed the pig, it brought tears to my eyes when thinking about it. When thinking about it now, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm going to try and not cry while telling the story, but first we're going to do something really positive. We're going to stuff the pig. Now, you remember the last week in November, Tim is saying, don't worry, Dan, they will have plenty of cheap toys for you to buy. That's funny. All right, so here's the piggy. Here's the surrogate piggy. This is Cebu piggy, right? I keep saying it's a surrogate piggy. Yeah, you hear there's coin in there. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to put money inside the piggy. You have to guess. In the last week of November, when we combine the Bye Bye City and the Cebu piggy together, and you guess correctly, Selexia Vlog is here. When you guess correctly, whoever gets the closest to that number is going to win the money. And then your Christmas will be, you'll have a happy Christmas season because it's in time for you to go out and squander the cash, if you will, any way that you choose to. I'm not in charge of that. Once this hits the piggy, once it hits the piggy bank, it's out of my hands. I don't think about it anymore. I've told people, I get the strangest emails. I get the weirdest emails telling me how this is a really bad thing that I'm doing. So anyway, they don't come very often. They just come every once in a while. All right. So anyway, here you go. This is going in this pig. So there's a bill. Yeah, I know. You guys thought I was only going to be putting peso coins in here. Oh, Dan's going to disrespect us by putting just his change in the piggy. And then he's going to look like a hero the last week of November. Yes, I read that comment. I read the comment. Dan's going to look like a hero the last week of November. He puts his little peso change in there. It's an insult to all Filipino people. Yes, I know. I'm insulting all of you. I apologize for doing that. Yeah, that's not the intent of this. The intent of this is that one of you will win the money and then you will have a merry Christmas. My guess is, being that you're Filipino, you will also share your blessings with others. What is this here? Yeah. You will also share your blessings with others. That's what my guess is, because that's part of the Filipino culture. Here, the last coin in here. By the way, this is Mam Mini. This is just, we put this together before every show. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. There you go. The whole thing is a pig's ass. Yeah. Dan, you're only doing it for cheap views. Of course I am. All right, so there's that. So let me tell you this story. So this is a little bit upsetting to me, but this story talks about how family values, they have to be changing. They have to be, through Dan's observation. Again, there's no article I read. There's no statistics that I know about. I did not go searching for it because it would make me sad if I discovered that this was actually happening. But folks, first of all, I've seen this in both the province and I've seen it in the city. So don't tell me, oh, it's different, Dan, in the province. It is not. So what happens to Mam Mini and I'm not sure Mam Mini even saw this, right? I'm not even sure that she oh, Edward says, if I win, I'm going to buy a brand new Toyota 4Runner with it. God willing, there's enough money in there, right? To give away. Edward D. Beck. So anyway, the other comment, Edward D. Beck, I don't think I'm going to read that one. So, but so man, Minnie and I, we had lunch or dinner over there at Mr. Sizzler, and I thought it was pretty tasty. I had the crispy pork, and I think Man Minnie and I had the same thing. And there were some vegetables on there that I liked. There were some green beans and a few other things. The only thing I didn't like is I'm not a fan of the gravy. And Filipinos, they love gravy on everything, right? But anyway, aside from that, it was a delicious meal. And so afterwards, I said, "Hey, let's go over to the Jollibee, and let's get, if the machine's working, because most of the time it's not, we can get an ice cream sundae. You know, a choco sundae, right? Is that what they call it? Soft serve ice cream, just like in the States, just like back home. Reminds me of my youth." So we head over there, and as I'm reaching for the door, I hadn't noticed this prior to entering, by the way. A kid, I would say he was somewhere between the ages of 11 and 13 years old, pushes the door open just as I'm coming through, and he's carrying a bottle of Coke in his hand, a liter, right? And the liter bottle hits me in the belly button area. And he jams through, hits me with both the door handle and the bottle, and ignores me, totally and completely ignores me, and does not say, "I apologize." He doesn't say, "I'm sorry." He just gives me this look like, "What are you doing standing there, old man? Get the F out of my way." And I was pissed. I was really, really pissed. Not only did he hurt me, right? I got a bruise right here above the belly button. Not only did that kid hurt me, right? But he was running around. What hurt my feelings more than that was the fact that he is running around unsupervised. He's running around unsupervised on a Saturday night. And I have this to say to you, parents. Do you know where your children are? Because this is the type of behavior that you're going to discover and you're going to have to live with as this country improves economically and industrializes. And why does this happen? It happens because both mom and dad are working their ass off in order to provide for that kid who crashed into me without even saying a word. And the security guard comes running over and says, "Are you okay, sir?" And of course, it's only a natural thing, right? Did he leave with your? No, he did not lift my wallet. I don't carry a wallet for that very reason, Mike. So anyway, I think I learned that from you. Anyway, the security guard comes up. Of course, I'm angry. I'm at an event. I'm angry at the security guard. The poor man was standing there, and he came over to see if I was all right because he witnessed it from across the restaurant. He come running over real fast. "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm okay, but why aren't you controlling these kids? You know, what the hell is going on in here?" And then he just looks at me like this. He says, I'm not in charge of controlling idiots like this kid here. The parents are, right? And so I look around the restaurant, and all these kids in there, preteens and teens, are running amok, and there are no parents to be found, right? And it reminded me of a time where I walked up to a young lady who was holding on to her boyfriend. She looked about 12 or 13 years old, and they were sitting on a park bench. And I said to her, "Did you lie to your parents about where you were going to be?" And the young lady turned to me and she said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I did." Folks, what the hell is going on in the Philippines? So then, of course, I see all these kids yelling and screaming and playing music on their iPhones and whatever toys they have inside the Jollibee, and with no food on the table. I didn't see any food. I didn't see anybody ordering. I was thinking to myself, well, Jollibee must be the busiest place tonight. All these kids are in here. But as I looked around, being a keen observer of the human condition, I see no food on the table. So basically, they were having, teen Saturday night away from the parents. Who knows where they told their parents they were going to be? And Tobias is saying, shame on those youngsters. Super glue on the bottom of their shoe. Exactly. That's what they need. And so you that are out there, Filipinos, really, because you're the one that run the household. I'm giving you another warning. This is the result. This is what you get when you get a modern society where they keep you busy, working your ass off 24 hours a day, working your job, working your garden, working the YouTube channel in order to make sure that you are able to provide for the same kid that nailed me in the stomach last night, right? Or night before last, whenever it was. This is the result of that, right? And then you're saying to yourself, this isn't my kid. Really? Follow him. Let's see if it's your kid or not. You're saying to yourself, this isn't my kid. But I think what you need to do is one night when that kid says to you, I'm going over to Johnny's house, you follow him to see if that's exactly where they go. And you will be surprised and shocked to learn that he was lying to you. I know you're saying, oh, my kid's a good kid. I'm sure they are. My kids are good. I'm sure they are. So Crystal is saying, kids nowadays are hard to control, but I'm using both yelling and spanking to keep kiddos on guard. I don't think so. I don't think that's the answer, right? Chaperoning is the answer, I think. Now, this is the thing. Where did chaperoning go? Where did that disappear to? Yes, you worked a hard day. Both of you did. Both of you worked a very hard day, Crystals, and you want to relax, right? Without having to hear kids yelling and screaming at you at the background. But somebody's having to put up with the shenanigans. If they're not there, they're somewhere else. They're somewhere else doing something. Now, I'm not becoming a grumpy old man. I'm making social commentary, that's the basis of it. It's observation of change. It's to support what I've been telling you, that when you have an economy that matures, you have to deal with these social issues. So you guys, you need to be aware, because the school wants to raise your children. The school and government want to control you. They want to raise your children. They want to tell you that they want to control you. And so they want to control you financially. They want to control your kids and raise them in school. And the only way to avoid that from happening is that you have to be there as their chaperone. You have to be their protector 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's the way it used to be in the Philippines. And so why all of a sudden is it changing? Yes, I know you're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in order to make ends meet. I realize that, but you have to go the extra mile for the protection of your own family, because the result you're not going to like. If you don't chaperone these kids and figure out what they're doing on a Friday and Saturday night, when they say to you, I'm going to go over to Susie's house, then you're going to end up with a pregnant daughter. You're going to end up with a son who impregnates your neighbor's daughter. It's going to result in untold misery, and I know it because I know it through experience. But basically, I'm sharing observations. So the grumpy old man thing is easy, anybody can be grumpy. Yeah, I do it on a daily basis. Yeah. Hey, Joe, we talked about it in vacation. And they agreed. Who is the creepy old man? Oh, that's my dad, the chaperone. We played mailbox baseball when I was young. Yeah, I needed a chaperone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, you don't have to be so obvious about it. Because you're going to get pushback from your kid. Your kid is going to go, Mom, Dad, you're going to embarrass me in front of all my friends. I thought that was an American thing. Yes, Dan, chaperoning prevents teenage pregnancy. We don't want to have that. There is a population decline in the Philippines. That is true. For the last 2 years in a row, there are less kids being born. Congratulations to Mel for stepping up and filling the void and having a daughter. We need daughters in the world. You don't have to be old to be grumpy. That's true. That's true. And so, listen, you have no one else to blame for the social dilemmas that you're going to be facing except for yourself. If you don't get control right now, the Philippines is in pardon the pun, because it is a pun, but they're in the infancy stage economically. You're experiencing things that you've never experienced before. You're going to the store, you're going to Jollibee, you're going to McDonald's. Well, anyway, the rest of this story is, I got mad and I left. I blurted something out that I said that to the security officer. And then I smiled at him when I realized, there's nothing you could do about it. You have very little control also. He's just watching the door to make sure that guys like me don't get run over by kids. The kid that hit me with the blunt end of the Coke bottle. I mean, with the pointed end of the Coke bottle. Right? Hey, Joe. Grumpy since 1968. That's pretty funny. Yeah, and I agree with Tim. You don't really have to be that old in order to be grumpy. I know a lot of grumpy people. Yeah, Filipino mall rats. Exactly. They're mall rats. So anyway, then I said to Mammy, let's go over to McDonald's. I've had my fill of Jollibee, for today, for the moment. So we walked around the corner to McDonald's, and guess what was going on there? The same GD thing. The same thing was going on there. The same thing was going down there. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy, But I'm looking around. I don't challenge youth. I'm not in there. I'm not their parent. I don't go in there and say, hey, does your mother know where you've been? Actually, I do once in a while. Not in that setting because I'm outnumbered. I definitely wouldn't go up to some guy who I thought could defend himself and say, hey, do your parents know where you're at right now? And have the kid punch me out. Well, yeah, exactly. They go basically. I've seen this in the past in the Philippines. To keep grumpiness away, eat chocolate. That's very good advice. That's very good advice, Crystals. But okay, so yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. They're like what's it called? Bees. They go from flower to flower. They go from opening to opening. That's a problem. That's a problem with young teenage boys. And so I want to. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just giving you food for thought. The food for thought is that what's changing is when you start industrializing, when you start becoming consumers, when you start becoming debtors, this all goes along with it. All of a sudden, the processed foods hit the supermarket shelves, and in there is very, very unhealthy stuff. Now, I'm not holier than thou. I'm not. I never have been. I eat the crap. I eat this crap, and I love it. The more crap I eat, the yummier I think it is. Yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Lick me, Dan. Lick me. Lick me. See? Yeah, butterfly. That's the word I was looking for. Not a bee. I was looking for butterfly. And so the more they tell you that crap tastes like chicken, the more crap tastes like chicken. Yummy. Tastes like chicken. Are you getting what I'm saying? Crystals, are you understanding what I'm saying, folks? Please stay with me on this. This is really a national emergency. If you don't give those processors your money, the food processor, if you don't give, you can go to Jollibee and McDonald's and all that. Your kids are, I want to go to Jollibee like Johnny's family. Go. I'm not saying don't take them, but make that a very, very special occasion. You know, frame it correctly, so your kid doesn't get used to that. Oh yeah, I'll just save my lunch money up for 3 days, and I'll be able to go over to Jollibee and get the Chicken Joy, the 80 peso Chicken Joy thing. No, you know, teach them, so they understand what's going on in society. You just start telling them the truth while they're young, you know. And so, but I realize that it's difficult because it creeps in on you. You might not being able to see it because things are happening. The way they do it is they change things incrementally over long periods of time. See, they take small, teeny tiny steps to pollute your mind and pollute your food and to pollute you and your kid. It's done incrementally over long periods of time. Yeah, that's right. The Philippines, well, they already, having kegger parties is already part of the culture, though, Edward D. Yeah, if there's not a case or two of beer at the house, I'm doing something wrong. That actually is part of the culture. And so there's always booze at Dan's house. So if you want to partake, you just come over to Dan's house, and there always is booze at Dan's house. It's not always that Dan's drinking, but it's part of Filipino culture, you know. So I have no opinion on that, good, bad, or ugly, you know. Oh, I see. Yeah, actually, if you did have a party, if you put on parties at your house and you invite the kids over to your house, then you're doing something. Because then you have, I think Edward D. Beck makes a great, he has a great, he has a great solution to it, and I agree with it. If they're there at your house, then you know what's going on because they're at your house, right? So that's one way of combating it, is that you get a parent committee together, a group of your neighbors or that have kids that are preteens and teenagers, and you plan events once a month. It'll be at our house and then your house next month. You plan those events, and at least see, the whole thing is you're watching them for that moment in time. And in that moment in time, you know what they're doing, what your children are doing for that moment in time. Michelle, do you agree? Ancestral alcoholism. Joe is fully polluted, Mike says. Oh, okay. All right, you follow what I'm saying? You're doing it, you're going to do it the same way that they're doing it, incrementally over long periods of time. Nitban is here. Nitban stepped into the chat right when we're about ready to end it. Your timing is perfect, Alfie. Sekbuchi, Nitban, thanks for being here. So the whole thing is, for that moment in time, that those kids are there enjoying the games at your house, they're not somewhere else doing something like running into me with the pointed end of a Coke bottle. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. And so you do make a difference. So if you invite all those kids, let's say you get 5 or 6 parents together, and then you rotate, you rotate the days that you have those get-togethers, those parties, that's 6 days, 6 nights, 6 Friday and Saturday nights that you will know where your child is. Are you following what I'm saying? That would be a great start. That would be a great start in combating this problem. A great solution to what I see as an emerging problem of the, of an emerging economy, industrializing economy. And the whole thing is, there are cultures that are successful doing this, and one of them would be East Indian culture. One of them would be Muslim culture. I mean, they have control over the children. They're taught at a very young age, respect your elders. Where's it going in the Philippines? It's going Western style. Not only Western style, but USA style. To say Western is a bad thing. It's USA, USA, hooray, USA. We want to be like the USA. I'm wearing my Levi's today. I'm wearing my Levi's, and what? I'm all branded out today. I got Champion, I got my Levi's. So I'm happening today. But this thing is corrupting our youth. It's corrupting our adults. I had to watch my kid like a hawk when we were in bye-bye. Every time he got in the zone, he was practicing his jiu-jitsu moves. Yeah, sports is the way to do it. Boxing, karate, anything that keeps them busy. Anything that keeps them busy in their off time is what you want to be doing. Soccer, basketball, anything. You got to get them involved in the community in that way. And they grow up being a different human being, not like this kid that he went by me so fast that I would have grabbed him and probably choked him. I probably wouldn't be here doing this live stream today. If my arms were just 2 inches longer, I would have been able to grab that kid by the scruff of the neck, and I would have choked him right there where he stood. Some parent would have been coming to me requesting the burial fee for that kid. No, we don't advocate violence here on this program. Don't be silly. End the war. End the war. We're not an advocate of violence. Charmaine's here. Abby is here. Manalau, Liz, Alexia. Everyone here in the chat, thanks so much. 23 million people. The word must be out, Manalyn, that we're going to get Mammy to draw. All right, so here you go. Let me fire up my, I got 200 pesos to give away today. Got it right here. I'm holding it in my hand. Let me pull up the pictures of the list. I know I'm very low tech. What can I say? Lists? You use lists? Why do you use lists? I don't know what's wrong with me. You guys know better through observation what's wrong with me than I do. I got to go find these lists here. Talk amongst yourself while I do this. Man, it's the same routine. Dan, are you ever going to change? No. Probably not. Love you, Pacquiao Mertz. Love you. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. I'll be checking in with you later on. You and Daisy Lynn, you've been on my mind lately. No, not for that reason. Don't start rumors, you guys. All right, Man Mini. Let's see. Oh, man, I need this other list too. Man Mini. Man Mini is ready to go. She's ready to go to SM Cebu. That's where we'll be today if you want to stalk us. All right. Here you go. Man Mini, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Man
Mini.
All right, we're ready to go. Whoa, what number you got, Man Mini? What lucky number are you pulling out of the rabbit's hat today? Oh, this is a good one. I have a feeling. All right, this is a good one. So this one, is this a 6 or a 9? This is a 9. That's a 9. Number 9 in time. Number 9, you are up. Number 9 is first shout out. Angelica Canalada. Angelica, where are you? I know you need this 200 pesos. How come you're not here in Dan's live stream? Did she start school? Does anybody know?
Ate Cora.
Angelica, second shout out. Second shout out for 200 pesos. Angelica Canalida. You must be present to win. Angelica Canalada. Third shout out, third call out for number 9, Angelica Canalada. Must be present to win. Angelica Canalada. Must be present to win.
Canilada.
Yeah, that's Angelica.
Canilada.
Yeah, Canilada. Fourth call out for number 9, Angelica Canilada. Must be present to win. I'm frozen on my chat for some reason. Number 9, fifth and final shout out for Angelica Canalada. Must be present to win. Okay, Angelica, I think Angelica's in school. If I'm not mistaken, I think she sent me a PM saying, I'm starting school up again, Dan. All right, we're going to do it again. There you go, man, Minnie. Give us a winning number. Give us a winning number. Okay, this one's an interesting number. I've never pulled this one before. Number 99. Number 99 is first call out for number 99. 99. First call out, number 99. Number 99 is Shirley Ann. I haven't seen Shirley Ann in a while.
Where are you?
Second call out, must be present to win for Shirley Ann. Shirley Ann must be present to win. Number 99.
Hi, Eileen Cruz. Hi, Enemy.
Third call out.
Hi, Abby. Hi, Sir Larry. Hi, everybody.
Fourth call out for Shirley Ann. Must be present to win. Number 99. Hey, this isn't going to turn out like the other day where we had to pull 20 numbers before someone finally won, is it? All right, let's put this one out of their misery. Number 99, fifth and final call out. Number 99, are you here? Doesn't look like it. All right, man, Minnie. You have your work. You have your work cut out for you. I'm gonna have to increase your salary.
It's the same yesterday. That's the
Oi, here we go. Sorry, folks. Out of camera view for a second. All right, next one up.
Oh, that's lucky number.
Oh, it is. This is number 30.
That's my
Must be present to win. Number 30. Shout out. Must be present to win. Number 30. Exodus. Is that somebody's ninja channel? Exodus. Number 30. Second call out. Must be present to win. Number 30. Exodus. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out of here. Third call out. Must be present to win. Number 30. Exodus. Fourth call out. Must be present to win. Number 30. Final and fifth call out. Must be present to win. Man, it's hard giving away money. It's hard giving away this 200 peso bill. All right, man, Minnie's got to pull another one. Move on. Oh, yeah, give it a shake. Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby. Shake it. Here we go. All right. This one. Uh-oh. 107. 107, go to heaven. 107. 107, first call out. Must be present to win. 107, second call out. That's Talks Vlogs. Tox,
I don't
where
see
are
it.
you?
Where are you,
Tox,
Tox?
where are you?
This is for you.
Tox Vlogs must be present to win. Where am I? Third call out, 107. Tox Vlogs must be present to win.
Where are you, Tox?
Tox Vlogs, fourth call out, must be present to win. Tox Vlogs, where are you, 107? Tox Vlogs. What did Mike say? Pagad hi mini, nai mini. What does that mean? Puyat, puyat. Fifth and final
Yeah.
call
Let's
out
sleep
for
more.
beautiful Tox at Tox Vlogs. Not,
Sir Mike.
you know, Tox. She probably is still
Happy
sleeping.
Flora.
Tox, you're probably sleeping, right? I do run an early live stream here in the Philippines. 107.
See you
Tox,
soon.
we're moving on, moving forward. It's gonna be one of them days. Some days you just can't give
How many bullets?
200 pesos away. Next one, pulling out. Number 51. Number 51. First call out. Must be present to win. Number 51. Second call out. Must be present to win. Laney.
Lini managbanag.
Number, how do you say it?
Managbanag.
Manabagan.
Manag.
Number
Lini
51.
Managbanag.
Third call out. Must be present to win.
Lani
Number
managbanag.
51. Lonnie.
Managbanag.
Fourth call out. Must be present to win. Come on, folks. Last and final call out for number 51. Lonnie.
Managbanag.
Manabanak must be present to win. All right. So now no luck on that one either.
You should
All right.
like how many
Larice,
bullets?
my wife is Manabanak.
Larice. Managbanag. That's from
Alright.
Pangasugan. I heard that from
All right.
That's from
Minnie's pulling again. Minnie pulled again. And we have, I'm sure, a winner. I'm sure a winner this time. Number 101. Right side up or upside down is still number 101. First call out for number 101. First call out must be present to win. Number 101.
LB.
Number 101 is Smash. First call out for Smash. Number 101. Second call out for Smash. Number 101.
Wait a second.
Third call out for Smash. Number 101.
Percent.
I knew you were here, Smash. But Smash,
Congrats, man.
I can't remember that's your Ninja account, right? Send me your Gcash so I don't have to go figure it out. My brain just isn't working that well anymore.
Is she leaving?
So we have a winner. Yeah, that's Smash Ninja account.
He's a girl.
I
or
think.
a boy?
I think most of the people in here they're women's. So anyway, we got a winner, 200 pesos. I want to thank everybody again. Ma'am Minnie, I want to thank Ma'am Minnie for doing the polls on the winning number for 200 pesos. I'm going to send that to you.
I
I'm going to
love
send that to you
this.
in Gcash right now, Smash. But remind me who you are so I don't have to look it up. Knitband, we'll be talking to you soon.
Hi,
And
Sir Nick
Thanks
Bell.
everyone again for honoring me by coming in here. I don't know why anybody wants to come in to this channel and hear me
Yay.
rant, if not, except for the money. Take everybody.
You're welcome.
Larry, words of wisdom
You're welcome.
to get us out of
Sir
here.
Mike.
I keep forgetting Larry's here.
Sir
Larry, can you give us the words of
Remember
wisdom?
to be kind to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay safe and healthy. Plus, always try to have fun.
Beautiful words to live by. We'll
Thank
see
you, Sir
everybody.
Harry.
We'll see
Everybody,
everybody on
take
the
care,
next
guys.
one for
Have a good
sure.
day.
Bye bye.